best election analysts in town, joining us again after a long night on the air with us here last night.
Republican consultant Iris Wilbur-Glick of McCarthy Strategic Solutions and Democrat David Tandy, the former Metro Council president, now a partner with Denton's law firm. Thank you guys for coming on today.
Thank you.
The path to victory last night, if you want to pick it up there, David, after you've been analyzing it, what did the voters reject to go ahead and re-elect Andy Beshear?
Well, I think what the voters did last night was they voted for the candidate that they knew, the governor who had delivered for them for 4 years previously, and one who did run on issues that he was for, as opposed to trying to demonize the other candidate and saying what he was against necessarily.
Today, this race getting national attention. We're seeing people talk about Andy Beshear's big win, but also Daniel Cameron's loss. Iris, any idea what comes next for him? What is he planning to do?
Sure. I mean, there's a lot of runway left for Daniel Cameron. He's 37 years old. I mean, sky's the limit, sort of that star power quality, if you will. He's had a taste of the national stage. He had a prominent speaking role at an RNC Republican National Convention. I fully expect that we will see Daniel in some shape or form, either in public office, in an administration, or some kind of leading capacity sometime soon.
Well, speaking of the victory, when you look at the map, and we, by the way, have our map from WHAS11.com, you see all the red on there, folks. That's the Republican victories, and the blue, the major metro areas, of course, the Democrats. Look at far western Kentucky. This is still fascinating me. Andy Beshear won really some Republican counties in eastern Kentucky because of the flood relief effort that he did there, really switching. But in western Kentucky, where he spent so much time after the tornado, went Daniel Cameron. What happened there? How come he didn't flip those counties?
I think there's a couple of factors there, Doug. I mean, first of all, those western Kentucky counties are predominantly Republican registration. But also, I think there may be a difference in how the responses to these natural disasters. I was out in Graves County a couple months ago, and I mean, it is a very slow recovery in Graves County. And so I don't know if that was a direct impact. But another notable thing, although General Cameron was successful in securing those counties, it was by a slimmer margin previous to a Republican's performance in 2019. And so although that map is red, it wasn't red enough.
Right. It's similar if you want to use like a football analogy. There are many ways you can win a game. If your best option is to throw the ball, if I make you run and slowly get the ball down the field, I did just as well as opposed to trying to just take you out altogether. So, you know, I think what the governor did there by being there, by showing up where the tornadoes happened, you saw those numbers, those margins shrink considerably, and it caused a lower turnout there. I mean, even when you look at Hardin County, for example, where these new battery plants are going, you know, Daniel Cameron, it's his home county, he only won by 175 votes, as opposed to 4 years before, Governor Beshear lost that one by over 1,000. So it makes a difference.
And how did Daniel Cameron do compared to Matt Bevin? And how much of that had to do with Daniel Cameron and how much of that had to do with Beshear?
You know, what I'll say back then and now, I mean, really there is no difference except for, you know, the power of incumbency really showed up this time around. I mean, we're talking about record spend. If you're looking at just the candidate cash advantage, Governor Beshear had 5 times the amount as General Daniel Cameron. And so, you know, I know people don't like to hear it, but money does matter. But also, you know, with Governor Beshear this time around, you know, spending time in key counties, he flipped coal country. And that's typically a historic performance where Republicans have done well, but Andy Beshear was able to secure those in the win column.
So we have about a minute left. I'm going to throw this open to both of you. We'll start with you, Iris. Andy Beshear involved in any kind of higher office race? Andy Beshear for president in 2024? You know, there's some national writers have already raised that possibility.
I am confident that Governor Andy Beshear will be in the mix in the sort of the national discussion. Will it be 24? You know, according to Governor Beshear, as of a couple of hours ago, he's committed to the Commonwealth. But it would not surprise me maybe 4 years from now, right? That when we're up against another presidential campaign. But even before then, I mean, administration, some other appointment positions, sky's the limit.
What do you think? Okay.
You never know what could happen between now and then. I was talking to somebody earlier today about how when Senator Wendell Ford was governor at the time, a vacancy came open, appointment had to be made. He appointed himself. Julian Carey became governor, and then he went on to go serve for many years in the U.S. Senate. You never know. It's always say, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans, right? So we'll just have to wait and see.
That's a great way to wrap it up. Well, David and Iris, thank you very much. After a long night, we really enjoyed having you both in here.